That's powerful.
My name is George Marshall. I'm one of the elders here, and I would like to welcome you, of course, to the Mount this morning. Paul tells us in 2 Corinthians, he says, "For the love of Christ controls us, because we have concluded this, that one died for all, therefore all have died. And he died so that those who live might no longer live for themselves, but for him who for their sake died and was raised." And that's why we're here this morning, to worship the one who, for our sake, died and was raised. So, we have some announcements to cover. We're going to jump right into that. You can find these on the back of your leaflet bulletin. So first, we'll be having an Easter brunch next Sunday instead of our normal word and prayer. So definitely take note of that. We're going to start at 9:45. The food is going to be provided. And of course, we're going to take precautions for COVID-19. So definitely come out. We'll enjoy each other's fellowship before we have our worship service. Today is also our quarterly members meeting. So remember, after service, members stay in the sanctuary for that meeting. A cross has been placed outside the sanctuary, if you saw it probably coming in. A purple sash representing Jesus is King of Kings will be changed to a white sash on Easter Sunday to represent the resurrection. So you're being encouraged to bring flowers to help decorate the cross. Take the opportunity to do that and to come take pictures, that sort of thing. Brian and Jenny Mann are inviting all students to their home to watch the Final Four on April 3rd, starting at 5 p.m. So if you're inclined in that way, you should definitely check that out. Men's Discipleship is this Saturday, April 3rd, starting at 5 p.m. Completely jumped. Yeah, Saturday, April 3rd at 8 a.m. That makes a little bit more sense. And we'll be in the Church Cafe, of course, and we're going over Gentle and Lowly chapters 8 through 10, taking a play out of the playbook of the ladies and going for more text, but I think you can handle it. Women's Discipleship is going to be that next Saturday, April 10th, also at 8 a.m. In the Church Cafe over week 7 of 1 Peter, A Living Hope in Christ. So you definitely want to be there for that if you are a lady. Our next Meet the Mount will be April 11th. That's, of course, after the Sunday service. So if you're interested in becoming a member or just want to know more about what it means to be a meaningful member, let us know. You're invited to attend. Then we have a church workday on April 17th. You'll be getting more information about that in the very near future. Of course, you can always subscribe to the Mount Church's new podcast, Around the King's Table. We'll have the latest episode out very, very soon. But yeah, definitely check that out, subscribe, and listen along as we talk through the Bible and some things that are important for our body. There is a weekly memory verse inside the bulletin. I'm not going to read it here this time. Change it up. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Tithes and offerings, of course, are being collected in the treasure boxes at the front and the back. So definitely remember to bring your tithes and offerings and put them there. And then finally, if you're a guest and don't know where the restrooms are, they are through these doors, the next doors, into the back building, and to your left. You probably won't miss them once you get there. And that is it. That's all of the announcements I have. Where is Cedric? Cedric is going to be doing our call to worship.
Isaiah 53. Who has believed what he has heard from us, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? For he grew up before him like a young plant, and like a root out of dry ground. He had no form or majesty that we should look at him, and no beauty that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And as one from whom men hide their faces, he was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was the chastisement that brought us peace, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray, we have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed, and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. like a lamb that is led to the slaughter, and like a sheep that before its shearers is silent, so he opened not his mouth. By oppression and judgment he was taken away. And as for his generation, who considered that he was cut off and out of the land of the living, stricken for the transgression of my people. And they made his grave with the wicked, and with a rich man in his death, although he had done no violence, and there was no deceit in his mouth. Yet it was the will of the Lord to crush him. He has put him to grief. When his soul makes an offering for guilt, he shall see his offspring. He shall prolong his days. The will of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. Out of the anguish of his soul he shall see and be satisfied. By his knowledge shall the righteous one, my servant, make many to be accounted righteous, and he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore I will divide him a portion with the many, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his soul to death, and was numbered with the transgressors. Yet he bore the sin of many, and makes intercession for the transgressors.